Panama's President Jose Raul Mulino announced on Sunday that he would end a key development deal with China following a meeting with U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio amid concerns raised by President Donald Trump. Mulino confirmed that the country would not renew a 2017 Memorandum of Understanding to participate in China's Belt and Road Global Development Initiative.
Tuvimos una reunión altamente respetuosa y cordial con el secretario de Estado, invitándonos a la construcción de un futuro en la relación de Panamá con los Estados Unidos en temas que nos son muy importantes a ambos países y en algunos que para Panamá es más importante que para los Estados Unidos. Yo diría que los temas más importantes tratados fueron los inherentes a el Tratado del Canal en función de lo que ha mencionado el presidente Trump de la presencia china. En este sentido, hice las voces de descargo, abriendo, por supuesto, las consideraciones para que el equipo técnico del canal con el que Estados Unidos designe conversen al respecto y puedan aclarar todas las dudas que puedan seguir teniendo al respecto. Igualmente, abordamos con mucha explicación el tema de los puertos chinos en el canal, explicándole que por primera vez en la historia de esa concesión, desde el 1997 a la fecha, tales dos puertos pertenecientes a una misma empresa son auditados por las autoridades correspondientes de la República de Panamá y que, como corresponde, tenemos que esperar a que ese audito termine para sacar nuestras propias conclusiones legales y actuar en concordancia. En este aspecto, quedamos en explorar la posibilidad de ampliar el memorándum de entendimiento que suscribimos el 1 de julio con el Departamento de Homeland Security en Estados Unidos para poder articular más el tema de repatriados desde el Darién. Cualquier cosa que se vaya a hacer, le he ofrecido el área de la pista de Nicanor en Metetí, Darién, para que sea desde ahí donde se surta el trámite de repatriación de personas de distintas partes como Venezuela, como Colombia, como Ecuador, entre otras nacionalidades. La soberanía de Panamá no está en cuestión. Eso es muy importante. No cabe duda que el canal es operado por nuestro país y así seguirá siendo. Yo no creo que haya habido discrepancia en eso. El presidente tiene su opinión sobre la presencia china, que será aclarada en su momento en las instancias técnicas del canal. Los puertos sí generan dudas, pero como dije, hasta el momento yo no tengo elementos de juicio para opinar mayor cosa. Esperemos el audito de la Contraloría, que veremos cuán afectado está o no está el interés nacional en función de esa concesión. El memorándum de entendimiento del año 2017 sobre la ruta de la seda de Belt and Road Initiative no será renovado por mi gobierno.
In the meantime, Marco Rubio, who's a top diplomat in President Trump's administration, embarked on his first overseas trip on Sunday, meeting with the Panamanian president. During the meeting, Rubio conveyed Trump's concerns about China's involvement in the Panama Canal, calling it a threat that required immediate action. He warned that if changes were not made, the U.S. would take steps to protect its rights under the treaty with Panama, according to a U.S. State Department statement. Rubio also toured the Panama Canal area with Canal Administrator Ricardo Vasquez. In a social media post, Rubio made it clear that the U.S. would not tolerate Chinese influence over the Panama Canal, writing, "The United States cannot and will not allow the Chinese Communist Party to continue with its effective and growing control over the Panama Canal area." On Sunday, local residents in Panama City protested the visit of Rubio following Trump's threats to reclaim control of Panama Canal. One protester said, and I quote, "Donald Trump has sent his Secretary of State to tell the Panamanian government that he plans to take back the canal. There is no justification for this, just force and his irrational behavior." The Panamanian government must urgently call for a session of the Security Council in response to such a threat. Meanwhile, Trump stated that he did not believe military intervention would be needed in Panama, but reiterated his threats to take control of the canal, asserting that it is being effectively operated by Beijing.
Secretary of State Rubio is in Panama right now, and we're talking about the Panama Canal. What they've done is terrible. They violated the agreement. They're not allowed to violate the agreement. China's running the Panama Canal. That was not given to China. That was given to Panama foolishly. But they violated the agreement, and we're going to take it back, or something very powerful is going to happen. I don't think troops will be necessary in Panama. What Panama has done is terrible for national security for this part of the world. And, 70% of the signage on the Panama Canal was written in Chinese. That's not right. So it wasn't meant for China. It should have never been made. The deal was a ridiculous deal. We lost 38,000 people building the Panama Canal, one of the great wonders of the world. 38, think of it, 38. It was the most expensive project ever built by this country, if you take it forward. The most expensive project ever built. We lost 38,000. And what happens? China owns it all of a sudden? It's not going to happen. We're not going to let that happen. We have national security concerns, and they wouldn't let it happen either.
Trump has long been vocal about his concerns that China is exerting control over Panama Canal, which is a vital passage for global trade. The canal, which was built by the United States and completed in 1914, was handed over to Panama in the 1970s under the terms of the 1977 Panama Canal Treaty. The U.S. Department of State estimates that around 72% of the vessels that pass through the canal are traveling to or from U.S. ports. Without the canal, ships would be forced to take a much longer route, adding 8,000 miles to their journey around South America. Trump has made it a priority to regain U.S. control over the Panama Canal. In line with this, House Republicans introduced the Panama Canal Repurchase Act, which is a bill that would authorize the president to negotiate with Panama to reacquire ownership of the canal. The bill, introduced by Representative Dusty Johnson, RSD, who's a member of the Select Committee on China and the House Transportation and Infrastructure Committee, reflects ongoing concerns about China's growing influence in the region. If passed, the bill would grant the president authority, in coordination with the Secretary of State, to initiate negotiations with Panama to purchase the Panama Canal.